We are Legends of Evantris. This is Icebound. Lend us your strength and join us. Only 2 or 3 weeks have passed since the new year. You hail from Ogreton, but you are not in Ogreton. The three of you, like some before you, have chosen not to stay and rebuild that community, that settlement. Freedom pulls at your heart. Why stay when you could learn about a world of unknowns, a world of magic and fantastic stories? You've heard rumors, you've been told legends, you've been told information from some who claim to have ventured beyond the small pocket of the universe that you once called home. But now you are on your own, the three of you, looking to see what you can find, looking to see what is actually out there. You too yearn for adventure. Before leaving, you remember speaking with the, now in many ways, the leader of that community, Myelin. And he agreed that you could go. Certainly, you were free to choose your own path and your own destiny. You took a few things that you could call your belongings, some cold weather clothes, perhaps something to defend yourself with, enough rations that you could carry. And he bid you farewell, but asked, as a favor, if you chose any direction to go in, why not head south? Why not head south towards the mountains? There's something very special to him, heading that same direction. And if you happen to catch up, or learn any information, well, it would make him feel better and sleep better at night to know that the three of you might just be there to help. So you've journeyed 1 week, 2, 3 weeks, and you have learned for the first time how to apply the skills that you learned growing up as part of a strange family of ogres, let's say. Learning how to cook in the wild. Learning how to forage in the wild. Learning how to do the things that had been done in this very palatial community on your own. Still, it is good to be free. Before I ask what happens next is up to you, I would ask for you to introduce yourselves. Who are you? What is your name? What perhaps was your name? Tell us a little bit about yourself. And we'll start with Mace, because he looks like he's really ready.
I go last. I called it.
Oh, hello.
On this intrepid voyage, you are joined by Sausage. That's as far as I've gotten with my character. My
Sausage
name is Sausage.
Okay. And as a human, is sausage perhaps a descriptor, a name that might be very applicable, or is it completely the opposite?
They call me Sausage. Yes, it's very applicable. Seeing as how I've eaten so much sausage for breakfast.
The last of the dried sausage is almost gone. You know that you only have 2 days, perhaps, of sausage remaining before you'll be starving unless you find more food.
Fuck.
Sausage, man of few words, perhaps.
Wait, can we speak?
No.
Okay, so
Is it like a
in
Valkyrie
your
thing?
languages, I made them these.
Can we do the
So, in the languages section of their character sheets, viewers, watchers at home, it reads common, can understand but not speak, and they know the same hand code that organically, through necessity, was generated by the humans of Ogreton. And so they're going to be speaking in their voices, but you can imagine that it's actually the hand gestures. You would still be able to get personality out of even hand gestures from code to code, from person to person. And so throughout, they're free to chat and talk to each other in RP, certainly. And I would ask that you only just sort of hold your hands up or do something like this rather than try to imitate ASL, since none of us know it. That's how they will endeavor to communicate, and that's to answer your question.
Mikey?
I'm a bit of an older human. I'm the butcher. And my name is Gabagool. Because that is 1 to 3 syllables, single word food item. So my name is Gabagool.
Mm-hmm. Is there something in particular that has driven you from Ogreton? Did you what is drawing you to the outside world, despite the potential risks?
Well, I've got a wife at home.
Oh,
There you go.
Gabagool, absolutely brutal.
Oh, that's incredible.
What do you look like, Gabagool?
Well, I probably still have my dirty smock slash apron. Even in the wild, you never know when you need an apron. What else? I'm older. I'm probably, in my 50s or 60s, depending on the lifespan in Ogreton. And
Typical human life.
I'm a little balding. I got maybe some darker. Got a very strong widow's peak, maybe. A little bit of dark hair up here, and then some silver fox down the side.
Okay. Thank you. And Rich, who will you be inhabiting this evening?
I am playing Pork.
Pork sausage gabagool. We're all brothers, actually.
But I wanted to change my name because that was my given name.
I wrote it down in pen.
My name is Porcos. And Porcos was great shepherd in the homeland of Ogreton. And his herds, they disintegrate in a grand explosion.
There were a few left. You do remember the grand explosion with fear and terror.
When his livestock was disintegrated. So Porcos seeks new herd to shepherd. And perhaps he shepherds his fellow, what are we called? Vassals.
Yes. I've also asked them, they get some weapon options, and they have a little bit
I have a
of...
spear.
Oh, you've chosen a spear for yourself.
Oh, what's
that
mine?
makes sense. Well, you get to choose from one of the available options right here.
Ooh.
You can choose one weapon, and you get you each have two sort of walking sticks, which also behave as javelins should you use them.
I have a club.
And don't
And
miss in the top right. You may boost one of your ability scores should you want to.
Oh.
I do.
To give you guys a little bit of variance and variety, because they're not just identical stat blocks that I copied from D&D Beyond.
I'm taking a hand axe that's actually just a giant meat cleaver. Mm-hmm. Those were some smart cows.
That's true.
I had to be crafty to butcher those bovine. That's unbelievable.
I'm picturing like some Spy versus Spy shit, like Mad Magazine style.
Wait, adjust. Add 5 to your max HP if you choose calm. Okay.
For some reason, I can picture you perfectly, Porcos, but why don't you tell us a little bit about what you look like before we get into the
Very large man, very broad shoulders, but he definitely skips leg day, like, tiny little legs. Totally shaved head with a great big bushy mustache that he keeps kind of curled up. And he would just be wearing simple kind of shepherd's garb.
Thank you.
Are we all brothers?
Yeah.
This is
The three brothers have
Tragic.
decided to leave, married or not, and then venture into the world of Drakkar, which you've learned is the name for this realm of ice and harsh living conditions, certainly. And it's here as you are trekking on that you have been following through a great forest. The forest that had surrounded you your whole life seems to extend on dozens and dozens of miles. Thin trees, but very closely bunched together. All of them are heavy with snow. There's a great amount of precipitation on the ground. You can hear as you take each step the crunch of the ice and snow and forest floor underneath your feet. You can look around and see every branch of pine or other trees that would be appropriate to the world of the Arctic are sagging
Fir.
down. Fir,
Spruce.
fir, spruce. Thank you. You can deal. See, I said it earlier. Kirby would swallow me and forget everything they've ever learned.
That's true.
Years of research gone in an
One of those
instant.
things where you can push a baby in.
Oh my god.
Nose drink?
Yeah. What do you? I'm
God.
gonna nose drink. I'm gonna smell it. It does smell very pleasant in the forest. And it is midday. The sky is half obscured with clouds. Very tall wisps, very far up, seemingly unmoving. You can see the blue sky and the pale sun beating down, offering very limited amount of warmth, given your latitude. And you know that you have, between the three brothers, they're just called three brothers, that you are running out of rations in another day or two. That you should be on the lookout for beasts or plants or something. You might have to eventually just stop and literally hunt. Should you suddenly find yourself out of food, otherwise you would have a hungry night for only a few nights before succumbing to the wilderness. What happens next is up to you.
We're gonna start. I'm out of inventory. I don't know how to say this. My dear brothers. Porcos, my kid brother. You're just a kid, 42 years old.
Why did you not load sledge before we leave? I'm pulling a sledge and I turn behind us and there's like 3 fillet fish. the sledge.
I think, no, I definitely loaded it. I think just when you hit a bump, we just lost all of it in an icy river.
We were supposed to bring rations. I only brought all these spears.
Why did you bag so many beers?
I thought they were walking sticks.
Sausage.
I thought they would eat them.
Oh, my own. If our mother, may she rest in peace, could see us now, she would be ashamed, sausage.
It's just like she always was.
You're all suddenly chilled to the bone with the mention of your mother, rest in peace. For she had not died of natural causes. She had instead reached a certain age where she could no longer benefit the house that you were all a member of, and was consumed.
Wait, can you say that again? What?
Your mother was...
I was thinking some funny stuff to say.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry to tell you that you have to remember the fact that you were a member of House of Ogres, and once you reached a certain age, they would kill you and eat you the way you kill and eat cows. And that is what happened to your mother.
Wait,
Did we know this?
did we just get canon that wasn't real previous? Our characters don't know about that. Fuck those ogres. I guess I'm glad we're out of it.
They got obliterated by a giant meteor.
Not technically cannibalism, because they were ogres and you were...
This is semantics.
Oh, gosh.
Poor mother. Eaten from head to toe.
You remember the horror of seeing her on a platter. Her face split down like one of those fish that gets opened up in half. You remember seeing all of those things having to serve the dish on that very special haunting night.
Well, I know we're just talking about rations, but I'm suddenly... Does anyone else just can flash back to Ma?
Sausage is inconceivable, inconsolable.
I can see her there, the head split open like a fish, like a butterfly fish.
Like a coconut.
I don't know why that's come to me just so clearly in this moment when you're talking. Gabagool.
Sausage.
Why do you not claim your own names? We should pick no names for you.
Because that was the name our mother made sure that this piece called us. And you should not be disrespecting Ma Pork.
It is Porcos!
All right.
And it was the ogres that gave us these names.
Well, that's what our Ma said. You know, after the great feast on Ma when she was a fish, whatever. She died as she lived as a bitter old broad.
I can't believe they made us watch that. While they cooked her up and ate her family dinner. And they sat us down at the table and said, look, just watch it. So you know this for all eternity.
Oh gosh. Like our father crackling before us.
Another beer.
May he rest in peace.
May he rest in peace.
Split from bow to stern. When he was no longer of use. Unbelievable. Why they always cut them directly in half when it was time to eat is beyond me.
Thank goodness I was up next week.
Are we a second marriage situation, or
What?
are you older than us, or are you?
I figure I'm a bit older than you all. I figured, you're my kid brother who's 42, who's ever the youngest.
Should we roll for it?
Oh, let's roll for it.
I didn't get my
I
dice
don't
out.
have any dice.
I would say that you know that Gabagool is his brother. Whether or not you're the middle or the youngest is what you'll be.
Yeah, I'm the oldest.
He's 55 and he's... How tall are you? The fan artists need to know.
Oh, I'm about a good 5'5".
5'5".
Or like maybe 5'6".
5'6",
yeah.
5'5" and a half.
I put 5'8" on my my Flint and Tinder profile.
That's pretty fucking funny. That's very
I'm
funny.
the youngest.
You are youngest. You need to drink your milk.
Yeah, my kid brother, you're 42. You're a growing boy. You're a
Yes.
growing lad.
I would drink milk, but we're all out of rations. We're dying in the snow.
Back in the fish, fillet of fish on the...
Everyone make a perception check.
Oh, just like for Lent.
5.
Perception? I'm getting +2 wisdom because I'm wise for my years.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that I get a 4.
May I have pen, please? Or pencil? Thank you.
Wait, hold on a second. Sorry, in my old age, I forgot what you look like because you never described yourself.
Oh, yes. What do you look
Well, I
like?
didn't get
yeah.
that far when I started, but so I almost said pork roast, sausage, the
That was
sound.
our mother.
What have I done? This campaign's ruined. What do you look like, Simon?
Big, great big gut.
Yeah, that's a family trait.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a classic. Shaved sides on the head and a scraggly hair that spikes out in all directions like a top of a pineapple. Like a mangoes, if mangoes had tops. If they don't, then something else that has a fanciful tropical top.
Just pineapple, I think it's fine.
I'm big.
Well, I can't believe I can't decide who's bigger between the both of you.
Maybe
You know, I used to be as big as all of you.
sausage. I say sausage has extremely huge legs. You've got you skipped arm day, and so you guys make a hilarious contrast to one another.
Yes.
You know,
I'm heavy.
I think I can't believe that our mother named you Watercress, and you only got your name after you met all the young ladies.
As you're talking, 72 caribou race past you. But you don't see any of them.
I can't believe we've been walking for 2 whole days. It's been 15 minutes.
Who decided we should go south? Isn't winter coming?
That's what the village elder said. That's what Mylan said. A good man that we all follow him, even though he abandoned us for months, and then came back right as the getting was good.
Why would we trust him?
I didn't vote for him.
There was a vote.
No, that's what I'm saying. I didn't vote for him.
I didn't vote for him.
Neither did I. Who voted for him?
I think that there's a real serious problem happening in Ogreton. That's what I'm saying. I don't think Mylan's gonna lead them all into an early grave. Out here, we got us, our own wild and skilled like real men. You know what I mean?
Well, if the...
Who needs those storage rooms filled with supplies and sturdy ogres to help with all the chores? And my wife's back home. Oh.
If we do not succumb to hunger, we will succumb to the cold. As Sophilit intended.
And it is cold. It is snow and trees in all directions. It's chillier than 0, certainly. You wouldn't have Fahrenheits in your minds, but you do know that this is the coldest perhaps you've ever been, even with your cold climate clothes designed for this new temperature that you've never experienced really in your whole life because of the unnatural warmth of Ogreton. Out in this space and in the night, if you're not next to a fire, if you don't have the fuel for it, you know you could freeze to death.
Well, we should probably get some fuel. Let's burn those fillet fish.
We could burn the sledge too.
Let's
It
burn
is
the
fucking
flesh.
useless.
You know what's funny is that my buddy T-Bone always said that Sulfurless was actually a giant brain from outer space. They would call them a conspiracy theorist.
Have we learned the truth about this?
Then when someone's spreading the truth, or we all still gaslit. I can't.
There was a giant spaceship that crashed into the ground, so I mean that was pretty bad.
What's the spaceship?
The story that Scrim told.
Scrim told
you remember that the story of what you were told by those magic-wielding strangers who came in and in almost less than a week were able to completely transform all life as you know it. They had pulled back the veil of real horror that actually had been corrupting the city that you had known. And that it had only been perhaps a little more than 2 decades that this had been reality for you and the ogres. That this had been a controlled experience, a controlled existence for you and the ogres alike. Something that was what made it possible for the community to bond and start to trust one another and not eat each other and to regrow and rebuild and reshape and reform their culture. But it took a nuke to make it happen. And yes, you were told of the nature of Sophilis through the one who was called Scrim's words. And that word of mouth had passed very quickly across the other humans like yourselves.
Yeah, that Mr. Bone fella. He said that it was the giant brain from out of space. I can't believe T-Bone was right.
Why would we take a goblin's word for it? We've worshipped Sulfurlate our whole lives.
You
know, Porgos, you raise a valuable... You raised the valid point. Mr. Bones was a fraud the whole time, wasn't he? He wasn't no ogre.
They claimed to be ogres.
Make an intelligence check, everyone.
He was a gremlin. A little gremlin.
A gremlin, he's called.
A gremlin fella. Oh gosh, is this a bad? Oh, this is my bad D20.
Natural
Perception.
Natural 1. Intelligence.
8.
8.
11.
11. In the back of your mind, you suddenly put the two numbers together because you've been talking about how old you all are for some reason.
Reminiscing.
We're just thinking about a mother being split in half. It seemed like.
And you remember, if the story were true, that you had a life before you were ever a part of Ogreton. You are more than 40, and those years in Ogreton were only 22 years. There must have been a youth that you lost.
Do I remember anything about it? Or is it schlooped from me?
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Damn. Just another book on the shelf in the library.
I fail 6.
You've tried hard to think of that period before. You have what you think is a facsimile of a childhood that was given to you to create the experience and shared life that you.
I feel like I've been Sean Bean from the island.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You've been very the islanded, an island hidden, and yet. Every once in a while, you think you do get a sweeping glance of just a peek of perhaps you've been on the water at some point. Perhaps you've been in a warmer continent some far distance away, that you've maybe been part of a group of explorers. It's just on the edge of your tongue, but it eludes you right now.
I'm just trying to think, like, from my perspective, all of this happened, and as far as I remember, my mind, like, there was this civilization, and as far as my brain understands, it's all I've ever known. And Salfalith was a god, right? Until this goblin shows up and tells me, "Hey, your god's fake."
Yeah, him and him and 4 others.
Yeah,
4 others who were looked nothing like anything that you'd ever known your entire life. You'd only ever known beasts, ogres, and humans. And what strange image Yornir must have made. What does it look like to know rabbits as food and suddenly meet Queenie? What does it mean to suddenly meet these strange heroes who are fantastically powerful and seemingly, in some ways, disconnected from the world that you have known your whole life?
Something seems off about everything that happened.
I'll say. Mylan, that fucking bastard. I feel like it was an inside job. I think Mylan was all part of it. It was his chance to rise to the top. I never liked that bastard.
Oh, he knew all those monsters that showed up and told us that our god was a giant space brain.
That's right. Isn't it awfully convenient? Suddenly I know all these strange fake ogre gods. I think he's full of shit.
That T-Bone. I knew he was always
T-Bone
wrong.
is right.
Perhaps the real reason why you guys have left is emerging, as you guys are realizing that you didn't give a shit about any of that, and that I don't believe this Mylan guy, I'm leaving.
Yeah, that's why we left.
3 weeks
It was
ago.
a false flag to destroy our entire home.
That's it, Mylan. All due respect, that Mylan guy's a bitch.
We must eat. We need to hunt.
Okay, so what are we gonna eat? If you catch something, I'll butcher it. That's all I got. I'll wave my big meat cleaver around. That's all I got.
I will listen, for I am used to attending my flock.
Well, if something slow shows up, I'll just club it until it's dead.
You were always a great hunter.
I'm just not very quick, or
A great hunter, sausage.
it's not very agile, but if it just moves real slow, maybe I'll just club it.
With which club? Roll a perception check.
12.
You listen.
Oh, it's rough not having
You listen.
modifiers.
You hear
Or
the
twists.
soft wind, the icy chill of it. You hear boughs moving and perhaps the soft tussle of snow as it hits the ground. But you don't hear any animals or beasts. It's very quiet. And there's so much snow all around you. Your movement, everything around you feels muted.
Does that seem off to me? Like supernatural?
It feels alien to you, but not supernatural. It's unusual because you've never been in a forest like this. This is your first time in a forest where sound would be dampened.
It is strange.
Yeah.
The sound. Can you hear anything?
Let me listen.
Yeah.
I always could tell when a cow was nearby. And it's strangely intelligent panting.
You both listen. Both of you make perception checks.
That's pretty good. That'll be a 19 for old Gabagool.
11. It's 11.
What are their ears? What are your secrets?
You do
Say
this,
the woods.
and you turn and you listen, and you don't hear anything, but you do realize that you're looking in the direction of a caribou, and that you're just staring at a caribou. It's but 200, 300 feet away from you right now, and it's at a small brook where a frozen river is, and seems to be attempting to get some hydration there at the bank. You just happen to have luckily looked upon it. It has nothing to do with your hearing.
Hey guys, there's a big deer!
My time has come.
Kill him!
There it is.
We must domesticate it! We can use it for milk!
It races in three
I start
giant
going after
bounds. You start racing, but in 3 graceful hops, it disappears between the thicket of trees and evaporates into nothingness. You know when the sound of its hooves against the forest floor are gone that it must be much, much faster than your human legs will take you, especially Porcos's.
That was the fastest land creature I've ever seen.
Wow.
I need to do more cardio.
You know, old Kimmy said I was out of shape, but gosh, I'm starting to think she was right.
Is that your ex-wife?
No, my current wife, Kim Chi.
And that's where we'll take a break.
go.
Take care
My
of it.
wife Kim Cheese she nags and she nags.
You're all running and attempting to follow this caribou as it disappears beyond the trees, but you continue to follow in that straight line, arbitrarily, perhaps, but certainly maybe it'll slow down and you'll catch up to it again. Your hearts all tell you, and it's just as you pass by the bend. It's just as you pass the bend of the a section of trees that you come to an opening. Ooh, thank you. And you see a body.
Oh.
You see the body of the caribou there, hunkered in the snow, having been felled by an arrow. And the arrow is sticking directly out from just behind its jaw, straight through the neck. And you hear the crunching of feet as you watch someone that you've known from Ogreton also pass into view. Someone who calls herself Daisy now. Walk up to the body of this caribou, and instead of bending down and pulling the arrow out, she reaches and the arrow pulls itself free from the neck of the caribou, landing into her hand when she spots the three of you.
Ogreton, well done! Good shot!
How did you do that?
You three?
Oh, well, you act so surprised. You're Mylan's brat, right? This is our caribou. We chased it right over to you. That's an assist.
I think it's my caribou. I was the one who felled it.
This is divine providence. Sophilit has granted us this meal today.
Exnay on the awfulest say.
You believe the stories that the outsiders tell?
I know it's true.
How do you know?
Because I trust those who told us.
You trust T-Bone.
I trust Scrim. I trust Yornir.
T-Bone was hitting the hooch pretty hard, along with all of the mice.
Which one are you referring to as T-Bone? You've always been this weird.
The mystical dragon
why are you
one,
here?
this
What
T-Bone.
are you doing away from town? What is going on?
I do not trust what is happening there.
You don't trust what you saw with your own eyes? A ship? Strange creatures that destroyed the town?
We're tired of living with ogres. They cut our mom clean in half and made us watch while they ate her.
They ate it like a fucking fillet of fish sandwich during Lent.
Yeah, it didn't
keep
even
going
look
back
good
to
a
that.
little bit.
I remember hearing that.
They cracked her sternum like a wishbone.
Yeah.
And they made us watch really disgustingly. I mean, the out of character. That's a very shocking revelation.
And Crackling too, our father.
Crackling, our father. We wanted
May
revenge.
rest in peace.
May Sophilis rest his soul.
I can understand that you would want to leave the ogres and leave Ogreton. That I can understand.
Well, at least we can agree with that. We also think your father is a prick. Who also probably is, who orchestrated the whole thing. Mylan, the little bit of a jackass, all due respect.
I love my father, but I do understand he can be a bit of a prick sometimes.
Well,
Where are they? You traveled
kid.
with them.
you're all right.
Did
Yes.
you not?
I was with them until 2 or 3 days ago. And it was in this forest that they shifted somehow, transformed, and I was just about to move on, actually. I'm gonna turn the music down. We were camping at night, and their bodies started to morph and change, and they were pulled away. I thought perhaps they'd be returned or that they would find their way back here, but I am determined to find them, and I'm determined to find where we were headed.
They were illusions.
No,
They were all tricked by the brain from outer space.
no. They're the reason why
T-Bone.
you won't be killed and eaten like your mother.
Likely story, kid. You know, you haven't been around as long as the rest of us.
Yeah.
You're a baby.
I remember how you guys were in town.
Yeah, the best dang butcher that Ogreton had
I
ever
was
seen.
so glad that we were not in the same house.
Well, you know, we served our house very well.
Yes, we did. What was our house again?
We were the house of hold on a second. Do we need to decide as a group? Can we roll for it?
Guineas?
Yeah, why don't you
Let's
roll a
roll for
D5?
A D10.
5.
This is a D6. This will
What?
not work.
So I wrote one
This
of the
will be-
numbers.
D5. I will roll.
Hold on.
Well, no, but the 5 on a D10 is a 1 and a 2,
Is it
3 and
a
a 4,
5?
and it's a 3. Technically, right?
I don't know.
Yes.
Okay.
Whichever's cooler between 3 and 5. Whatever's most fitting narratively for Porco, sausage, and gabagool.
You were
And
from
crackling and kimchi.
House Fangaro, the
Whoa.
military guy that you remember being
Yes.
at the top.
Oh, yes, that's why. Fangaro.
That's right.
I stand to attention and will snap my spear on the ground. Yes.
I used to make my famous huevos Fangaro. With those real smart chickens. Do you understand how difficult it was keeping those chickens in line? It was a regular chicken run every single night.
You couldn't keep the chickens in line?
They were very intelligent.
Yes, they were.
And
What the
pigs-
heck?
The pigs would dance. It was hard.
It was hard work. When I butchered those chickens and made a nice pot pie.
The sheep, they were my friends. They all had their own personalities. And they were all vaporized.
They were? Oh. No wonder you've been so melancholy and you had to go on this pilgrimage south. And I just decided to tag along with you to avoid my wife Kimchi. Really a very nice story.
Where is
now.
your wife?
Sausage, why are you? I left her back and whatever, you know, she's.
You just
There was
left her?
nothing home for me.
Yeah, there's nothing home for any of us.
I just followed you as the eldest. It was only until 5 minutes ago you revealed we did this because you were escaping your wife.
Do you remember my kid brother, Sausage?
Sausage has the room temperature IQ.
What's room temperature?
He tags along for the ride.
And in Jakarta, room temperature is 0.
Very far on standard deviation.
My camp isn't far from here. We can share this meat. We
Okay.
can enjoy a campfire. I've got one set up. But
Okay, that's
I'm
right.
going to the mountains. For that is the direction that the friends who saved our town went. And
I don't trust it.
you may not trust it. And you can go wherever you please. But that is where I'm headed in the morning.
No, we were compelled to come south for some reason.
No,
You
because
remember
you-
in my intro that Mylan asked as a favor.
Oh, fuck that guy. No,
We're writing our own backstory. Sorry, Dungeon
Oh yeah,
Master.
no.
You're not the
I
control.
prefer your version.
No, we went south because you were feeling so melancholy. Don't you remember this?
No, I remember
Porcos?
this part, yes.
Porcos? Yeah, we were melancholy about your sheep, and you said, I need to go find myself. And I said, God, it's a great excuse to get away from the old ball and chain.
For what is a shepherd without his flock?
Well,
I need to find my purpose again.
maybe there's some less intelligent sheep that won't get vaporized. Anyways, I guess we'll butcher this deer that we killed.
Let's drag it to camp, and then we can do that.
I look at sausage.
Okay.
Well, why don't you carry it? You can move things with your mind.
Can none of
Or
you do
some,
that yet?
some other way. I don't know that that's true.
Well, you can carry it with your muscles.
Could you try to do it?
Well,
Try
I
to move
could.
it.
We just walked all the way over here. I'm just very tired.
I can't carry
I have a
terribly heavy
bugle for
things
this
like,
scenario
like
in
that.
case you
Not
figure
yet.
this out.
I can only carry things that are like an arrow. I'm
At
working up.
least try.
I'll lift it.
We loosen it up for you, by the way. I'll supervise. You're doing pretty good there, Sausage.
Do you have any tips?
Dead caribou.
And that is why you fail.
Good food. If you don't know what if you don't know what we're referencing, go watch Star Wars. What are you doing watching this?
Oh, the
Does
bugle
Daisy
did
lift
not
it?
help.
No. Just one paw comes up. Paw? Yeah, a caribou paw. Of the Drakkar caribou all have cat feet, and lifts up, and then it comes back down. I can't lift the whole thing.
If it's already on my back, I've picked it up.
Oh, I guess I didn't do that either. Thank you.
Well, I guess we can break bread together, even though you are Mylan the Rat's kid. You're a good kid. And I'll like give her a little. Okay, let's go. And I'll start walking up in a direction I think the camp is in.
You go literally the opposite
The
direction.
opposite.
It
I follow
takes you
immediately.
20 steps to turn around and eventually follow. And the three of you follow Daisy's
Oh,
path.
no.
For a 25 minute walk. Not terribly far, but you find that a fallen tree has been made her home. She has obviously broken off many of the branches and made something of a back wall out of the fir, out of the pine, made something of a bed even. And in the center you can see that there is no snow, not just because of the heat of what would have been a fire the previous night, but also because Daisy has taken the time to clear away a circle, and it's very easy for you to pull over a few more logs and sit down, start the fire again, and very quickly you are cleaning a caribou, getting all of the meat put together so that you can have a meal this evening.
What a fucking dump. How you doing all right, kid? I'm just busting balls here.
Of all the three chuckle fucks that had to... Couldn't it have been anyone else from Ogreton aside from you three? This is...
Nah, they're all sheeple. They're all staying behind. They're not trendsetters like we three bachelors on our own.
And the other 98% of them were vaporized by the spaceship.
That's also
I left
pretty-
first. I left first.
That's also pretty true. Well,
So Alcatra, tell us what of your adventure since you left.
Daisy.
Daisy is your new name.
Yes.
All right, Daisy. You must convince them to claim new names.
You should. Picking a name for yourself is, it fills you with... It affirms your freedom. It makes it real in a way that's hard to describe.
well, what I'm saying is, Pork Loin and Cracklin named me Gabagool. It would be a disrespect to their memory. Maybe they rest in peace, like filleted fish that they is.
Didn't
Eaten by
Pieces.
ogres.
Didn't Lucius Fangaro name you?
Yes, this is true. It was not our parents that named us.
Well, I mean, what do you want me to call myself? Hey, I'm 55 years old. Am I supposed to be creative here? What?
If my friends were here, they'd have a name for you.
Wait, give me some options here. Hey, Porcos, you're so creative. Very creative name from Pork. My little baby brother, Pork.
What about Gabagos?
Nah,
It has a nice ring to it.
nah, that's too similar. Nah, it's gotta be something.
I'm sure you'll think of something. But pursue it.
Gabagool. It rolls off the tongue, you know what I mean? Well, good job helping us kill this weird deer here, kid.
My pleasure. And
Should I start butchering it?
you butcher the meat. You are already eating. We're moving quickly through time now as you enjoy a meal together. Speaking of the adventures that Daisy has had, not just what's happened in the last few weeks, for it was mostly travel, but the things that she's learned from them, she shares. She shares a little bit about what happened to her. You'd heard it from others speaking in town of when Alcatra had disappeared and then returned and then with these strangers. But the hearing it from her is a very different story. You can hear the passion and authenticity in her voice, what she believes about her friends and about what heroes they are. And you can feel the determination in her to continue to find them going into the mountains.
I'll give it to you, kid. That was a good story.
Thank you.
Very dramatic, is what I'm gonna say. Maybe, I'm just poking around my food as I talk. Mm-hmm. Maybe these strange monster folk, maybe they ain't so bad. All I'm gonna say. All I'm gonna say. What do you think, Sausage? Porcos?
His name is Sausos now, right?
Why are you trying to name everybody? Let Sausage pick his own name. He's already Watercrest and now he's Sausage.
What are you waiting for?
What do you mean? I'm not anymore. I mean, if Gabagool couldn't come up with another name, you think I can?
You had to look down and remember your own dear brother's name?
No, I just looked at my plate. I was eating food and I was hungry for the next smackerel.
Well, I remember you were just a little boy when I took you to your first penny dice game.
Yes, I remember it well. Penny dice.
Penny dice.
There we were.
What do you remember
With the pennies.
from our childhood?
I figured some sort of replicant thing. We got some false memory, that sort of thing.
No, I know, but does it line up?
Oh.
Or perhaps there's a similar story that they didn't get quite right. I'll look up
Are you
this
doing
thing.
okay, Porcos?
He really misses those sheep.
I do miss my sheep.
Well, all I know.
Especially Sheepos. He was my favorite sheep.
Sun sets, and after sharing some more stories, using only the hand code available to them, for no one can speak, to be extremely explicit for chat, you eventually make beds for yourselves, and you sleep. You get to rest. You enjoy the benefits of a long rest. That doesn't mean anything mechanically for yourself, but that's true in the 5th edition parlance.
I'm spent.
That was a good meal, kid. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Yeah.
In the morning, you wake up to the sound of packing. It seems that Daisy is woken especially early, and she's already rolling up her bedroll, putting her mess kit into a side pouch, pulling and twisting and tightening the backpack that she has on her, making sure that her bow is well strung. She seems to be readying to leave this site that she had made for herself, to leave this home and continue on her way.
Which direction do you go?
See the tree line there at the mountains?
Yes?
I'm going to go past that and into the mountains. For when I watched my friends stretched as almost thin as string, they flew in that direction, pulled almost like the arch of an arrow over and beyond that horizon. And I suspect I may find them in that direction.
Well, we will follow you.
We will?
Yes.
We're gonna chase a group of scary monsters that got pulled into space by a thread?
Hey, all due respect, Porcos. Remember, I'm the boss here. I'm the oldest. We will follow.
Okay, we'll follow.
That's exactly right.
Try and keep up.
Yes. A new member of our flock.
Why are we on sheep scene? We never
Because I'm on a pilgrimage to
we-
find my new
we
flock. My old
we
flock was
never agreed on
disintegrated.
sheep theming for our band of brothers.
How many times have I told you about the disintegrations?
I thought we were kind of like pig themed. With
Yeah,
all
that's what I was gonna say. Aren't we the three little pigs? I mean, I feel like that's where we're going. We're all getting horribly murdered by a big bad wolf, and then she's gonna.
Oh no!
Or the Red Riding Hood. There's a big bad wolf right behind that line of trees.
Just because we are pig themed does not mean we cannot choose a new theme. And sheep is the new theme.
You have my rusty meat cleaver.
You have my hefty mace.
And you have my... What do they call those things?
A crook.
Crook.
Oh, I was gonna say walking stick.
I have one of those. You know, with like the hook on the end?
The Bo Peep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty
And my crook. I'm going to check.
She's already like 50 feet away from you, like walking.
Hold on.
And you spend the morning walking. It's brisk, and you're very grateful that the GM forgot to make you make a Constitution saving throw until right now. You have to make a quick Constitution saving throw, which you should have made before sleep.
Should we do 2?
Is it you?
No, do just the one now. Just the one now. This will affect your day.
Do you just add normal con to it?
And Stacy needs to make one too. Yep, just con.
DC.
I'm not going to give you the DC.
Oh.
You give me the number.
We're
Oh, I
6.
thought it was based on
What is your Constitution saving throw?
minus 10.
Minus 10?
You mine.
Oh,
Sorry.
God.
I need to blow by those.
So you get negative 10, you get 8.
Huh? 8, yeah.
And Kimchi's husband, what did you get?
Oh, I got a. My name is Gabagool.
Gabagool.
I got a 6.
You got a 6.
Gabagos, yes.
You are not used to the wilds, and all three of you. And you go into the adventuring day frigid.
What the fuck?
You
is
are all
this?
exhausted from the even with the fire, even with a full belly. The night air was particularly cold, and though it seems to be slightly warmer in the morning now that the sun is hitting you, it's been hard to get your center core to warm up. Hopefully a walk might change that, but you're doubtful. And you walk an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. The trees begin to thin. You go up the verticality of the side of this mountain, and what becomes a pretty steady walk starts to require twisting and turning as you reach one rock face and have to go up and around. And Daisy doesn't seem to have been here before, but she had such purpose in her direction, in her mission to go and see if she can find her friends, that she seems to know where to go.
Are you sure this kid knows where she's going?
You trusted her.
Well, I do. I mean, she waxed a good yarn. She tells a good story. I believe her. She agreed with me that Mylan was sort of a prick. No, she's got a good head on her shoulders. All I'm gonna say.
No,
It's just so cold out here. I don't know if I can make it more than even just one more step.
Yeah, I believe it was fate that we were to meet Daisy. She's part of our flock, and she is strong like Ram.
Hey, you think this is what Mylan wanted us to meet up with when he said go south? Because there's something south that I want you to meet up with?
How did he know? Perhaps it is. It is his own daughter.
Well, regardless, we're not doing it because fucking Mylan told us to. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, we are doing it because of
We want to.
my flock.
Because not Mylan.
He's lost.
You'll find the new flock. You'll find the flock of birds.
I don't think so. All the trees are going loose.
It's fucking cold, isn't it, Bobby? Oh, we're gonna fucking free to death.
I've no hope, Gabagool, that there's a flock ahead of us.
Here's what I do. Here's what I do.
Hey kid, how much further is it?
I just want to get up over this ridge.
It is colder up on the ridge.
You get Daisy's attention, and she points, and you can see that there are two sort of mountains that are coming together like this, and she's trying to lead you through the passage of these mountains. And on one side, perhaps it's your unfamiliarity with the natural world beyond the outskirts of the town, but it seems to strike you as very strange. On one side of the mountain, there are these curves, these lines that seem to bend down and curve down and have created these like discs of icy snow that just seem to be laying almost like coins on the side of the mountain. Daisy continues to progress upwards. She's another 60, 70 feet ahead of you. Still all this time, she seems to have like acclimated to the cold. And so while you are all exhausted and moving perhaps a little slower than you normally would, she is one foot in front of the other.
Do not leave us.
Continuing to make her way. This is not her first rodeo in the wilds. If the stories you've heard are true, certainly. She had that brief period of time before she returned with those strangers.
How's she doing so good in the cold? I'm like 400 pounds heavier than she is. She's like a little twig.
It's all that strange witchcraft that you've got.
She has mind powers.
How do we get mind powers too? I'm freezing to death out of here.
That'd be pretty cool to have mind powers.
Perhaps.
Why the heck was Ogreton so warm compared to this? We're not that far.
You've traveled for 2-3 weeks already on your own. This isn't. You aren't 3 days from Ogreton. You're a hike.
We haven't traveled that far. It's only been 3 weeks to travel.
We only made it 50 feet a day.
And winter is coming, and this is surely the wrong direction to be going. Perhaps we march into our certain doom. Daisy!
You look
Kid?
up, and you are shocked at what you see. The sound of it is horrifying. There is a wave. What you think of when you think of like water, a splash of water in like a pot of soup or something along those lines, but a curl of what looks like racing animals, not animals, snow, just snow pouring down from the side of the mountain. And Daisy, between these two mountains, looks up, perhaps too late. It's from your vantage point that it's easy to see that a large tumult of snow and who knows what else is coming crashing down. And before you're able to even get within distance to not shout, but to try and get her attention, she looks up and disappears beneath a white blanket.
Oh no, kid! Are we?
You are far enough away that you are not consumed by this miniature avalanche as it lands, but filling the path where she was, you do not see any movement.
What the fuck was that?
It was fate.
Is it still coming at us?
Or did it settle?
No, it landed and settled. It was like an ice shelf just moving. And you realize that was the indication of those discs of snow, is that on a steep sledge of ice like that, a small roll of ice would eventually come to rest like that. It's a real sign of an avalanche if you read up on that sort of thing like I do.
We need to go and we need to dig her out. Get your spears. Let's go.
As exhausted and as cold as you are, you start to push forward and you start to dig.
Perhaps it was fate.
We'll try to get I'll try to get a sense of where I think she was.
Okay.
And I will try to I'll probably just drop to my knees and start
What
so cool.
What role would you like to make to see how well you do endeavoring
I feel like
to
a
pinpoint?
survival check would
Just
be
a straight survival
think
check.
so.
Is that int-based?
That is whiz-based.
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 I'm trying to think if it's like a deduction about where she is, or you know what? Survival's
Or like
fine.
nature.
Go ahead and
Tracking
go ahead
her.
and survive.
Almost.
Okay. Chat, help me out here. Oh my god.
And you're whiz.
21.
Whoa!
Looking to your older brother, and him being a little bit farther up, he seems to be pretty dead set on where aligned, even in the snow. He's
over here!
Daisy would be. He's gesturing and pointing and starting to
Take my
dig.
shield and use it as a shovel.
You have a shield with you, and exactly right. You can use it like a shovel. What are you both doing to endeavor to pull Daisy out from underneath this as time is beginning to draw?
Is it like ice on top, or is it like snow?
It is fluffy skiing snow. Like it is wet, but
fresh
it
bow.
is
Fresh pow.
yeah.
Use your mind beams. Use your powers to kind of puff the snow if you can hear us.
Oh, I will help!
Oh, mom's frying pan. Oh, old mom's frying pan.
Come on.
If you're just digging
Just as a-
sausage, then make a acrobatics or athletics check to see how well you do in attempting to find Daisy in the direction that.
I'm using my shield. I'm not using.
I have
my
like really.
And make it an advantage because your brother's helping.
I have like thick sausagey fingers, and I'm just going in and just trying to dig.
21.
21. You are pulling away at the snow, and you are doing the same. A bit of these are coming off at like big blocks at this point. Like every time you push in, it's like a giant snowball almost, or like a cube, and you're throwing them back behind you. It is exhausting work. It is taking everything out of you, and you're already so tired, so cold. You feel wet and clammy, but you know that underneath this amount of snow, 3 feet, 4 feet, 5 feet in, you wouldn't be able to breathe, and you begin to panic. Whatever this friend, this companion, certainly for the night, whatever is happening to Daisy, you start to realize that this could be very serious very quickly. But with higher than 20, you realize that you see the canvas of a backpack. And you pull it free, and it comes free with no Daisy attached to it. I need you to roll a second time.
An advantage because I am Eldrin?
Exactly right.
Another athletics check.
18.
18. You continue to dig, but this time you have a sense the backpack was there. You must be getting close, and you're pushing down, but you are also being wary not to. There's a tug of war in your mind. You're being wary not to just dig in because you could hit Daisy. So you are going sort of around, and eventually a hand. And you see it twitching, moving a little bit, just trying to reach out. You're able to grab it.
Gabagoo, get a fire started!
You need to make a strength.
You got it, right away.
You need to make a strength check to see if you can free her from this heavy, wet snow.
I'll like grab him and
Oh
pull
my
him out.
fucking hands! God.
If it's an advantage,
I am Eldrin.
Yes.
it's a 19.
With a 19, you start to pull, and your brother Porcos pulls in and starts to sweep the snow up and off, clearing her body, and you're able to pull her out and free. Looking at her face, looking at her matted wet hair, looking at her body, her eyes are closed. She seems to be out, but breathing.
Do you have a fire?
Hold on one
jump down.
second. Oh, I still have some shards of our sledge. And I'm gonna try to make a fire as quickly as possible.
Make a nature or survival check.
I'll just wrap her up in like a big bear.
Do we have
hug
twists
to
or
try
no?
And get like.
Are we letting it
Do
ride?
twists apply to this?
I would say you could twist it.
We've
I'll
gotten
do
some
one-
this session.
We've gotten
twists.
I wanna do one
We've
twist.
gotten
We
twists
got at least
tonight.
10 I wanna do one.
I'm gonna manage twists over here.
Thank you,
I'm gonna
chat.
write 10 twists down.
16 to get the fire started. 16.
We got more than 10. We got like 15.
Well, I'm just okay. I'll write 15 down.
So 16 to try to make a fire. As I'm pulling out the pieces of the.
You still have the
sledge.
disassembled sledge, and you are able to actually surprisingly quickly, perhaps because you were in the kitchen and you occasionally had to start that fire,
yeah.
you are able to get a light much faster than you would under most circumstances. Thankfully, getting it going, and pretty soon you have a pretty warm spot. Having dragged Daisy 20, 30 feet away from this tumult of snow, you are hugging her, trying to keep her body warm. Working the arms, just making sure that your body heat is doing what work it can, given the how chilled and cold and exhausted you already feel. What are you all doing?
Hey, get into the fire! I got something going.
I'll take all of my like warm blankets and cloaks off, and I'll try to put it over her, try to warm her up.
You put her next to the fire. You start to warm her, and she seems to be out, almost like someone who'd gotten clubbed in the back of the head. But you do get the sense that she's alive, and she's certainly breathing.
Yeah.
Okay, not too close, not too close. Burn her hair off. Come on.
Gosh, yeah.
Come on, you mook.
I know, she's covered in ice and water, and I thought she was dead maybe, but now I think she's sleeping.
She's there. She's fine. She's okay. She's okay.
Sausage, make a
This is
medicine.
very scary.
Make a medicine check for me.
You gotta crush it. Let it go. Let it breathe a little bit. Come on.
What would medicine be?
Wisdom.
13.
13. You get a sense that she's starting to come to. And after a few moments of
I slap her
more
face.
warmth,
Hey, wake up!
you start
Wake
to
up.
gently tap, and her eyes moving under her eyelid. Stop! You see her push you off for a moment, and she obviously has a splitting headache. But you see gratefulness, a gratitude on her face as she looks around, blinking, and I can't believe what was that. It was just the ice.
It was an avalanche. Perhaps this is why Myelin sent us. Does he have the gift of second sight? Your father? Did he know this would happen?
I don't think so, but I am having talents emerge.
And we three,
The brother's pig.
we are not finding a new flock. You are.
Maybe in time you will also have abilities. I think any of us might have the potential. We were all being under the influence of a crazy space brain.
No, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. It's too late for me. My kid brother Sausage here, though. He's just a kid, 42.
Yeah, you're all old as fuck.
Hey!
Whoa,
You know, I just said I can say that, kid. Look at that, but then you just busting balls. You busting balls, good kid, good kid. Oh, I tap her on the cheek. Hey, good.
These old fucks pulled your scrawny ass out of the snow, okay?
That's
Is the snow supposed to still be moving like that?
I am jealous of his luscious head of hair. And it's just like a little tuft on top of his head. I look back and forth at us.
And it's just like around here. You're completely fucking circling.
Like 809.
He's got a luscious mane, that's for sure. He's got a luscious mane. Oh, wait, what?
Baby boy!
Yeah, the baby brother here.
Nicest hair in the
That's-
Fangirl household.
You're a
Mom
tough
always
fucking
said,
kid that you survived that. That would
before
have
they
killed.
split her in half.
That would have killed your old man instantly.
She's pointing.
What are you pointing at?
And she's pointing at the mound of snow. And at first you're not sure what she could be pointing at, just the mound, when at the very top you see sort of a sinking. It sort of shrinks down like this, almost as if something is digging underneath it. And snaking, and then disappears behind one of the tufts of snow. What is that?
Perhaps it is sheep. The sheep that we set out to look for.
There's no sheep that swim around in the snow, Porco.
Have you seen any
It's not
sheep?
always sheep, Porco.
But it's right to be sheep. We do not know.
She painfully gets out from underneath the blankets, dusts herself off, and immediately looks. My weapons, I don't have them underneath the snow. They must have gotten lost. Were you able to pull my bow, my axe?
Oh, we found this backpack.
I will look. I will look.
mook.
I'm gonna try to find her bow as quickly as I can.
Gabagoose. I'm so sorry.
Race over to the
right.
snow to
Yep.
see if you can find it. Make an investigation check.
Oh God, what die do I use? Come on. Fuck. 11.
11. You go over, and there's this crevasse, this sort of space that's been dug away where you'd pulled Daisy. Surely the item must be there on the floor of this mountain, and you start to dig away at it, and you find the tip of the bow, and it's covered in water, a pool of water. Not ice, but it's almost like blood leaching out from a dead body. Instead, there's water almost pooling and flowing down like a thin stream, and it surprises you. And suddenly, you feel this strange heat. I need everyone to roll for initiative.
Oh! Turn the music on now, and don't wait until we're done. You know, crank it now. Yeah.
Turn the music on now.
The battle music. Yeah. That way we can be hyped while we roll for initiative here.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Instead
I'm
of
gonna
just
roll
sitting
in the
in
high
silence.
music, but I'm gonna remember what I already rolled. Stuff I already rolled for it.
Could be worse.
Oh.
Hey, kid, have some regain your strength with some cured meat product. There you go, kid. It's the last we got. Sorry, it's not much.
Oh. I forgot to turn this back.
I dropped my roasted deer.
Hold on. You're gonna be sausage. That's your token. That's your character now. You're going to be Gabagool.
Okay.
And I'm not letting you choose, I'm sorry, but that's just
That's fine.
Who is Porcos?
And Porcos is red.
Yes. A mighty color.
And Stacy is going to be...
Give me your thing. Yes. Great.
Yes.
You are very similar in color. That is fine.
The great
Hopefully
snow
the
llama
folks
corn.
at home can tell the difference.
Daisy will be DB over here, like this.
It's a llama corn.
Yeah, it's Daisy.
His perfect Jackson.
Oh, that's really funny.
Llama corn crashes and it kills all of us.
It's in the meteor.
Yeah,
Perfect Jackson.
giant llama corn
How did
plushie.
you get here?
Perfect Jackson, no! And we animate just great.
And finally, we tie in Stardust.
Stardust.
Finally. Alright, hold on one moment.
So we don't know what monster
In
this
case you
is.
needed the visual.
Oh, the hippo! Or the, what's
The
his
big
name?
bad hippo.
Yeah,
hippo, yeah.
yeah, he looks like King Hippo from Punch Out.
Yeah.
It's got a luscious, he thought it's got a luscious head of hair, let me tell you.
Oh, no, I knew this would happen. There we go.
Ah, here we go.
It's just one of those days. How do I?
Alright, 2230.
What's the? Is this Dex?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's +2.
Yeah, shit, right.
Oh, come on, are you fucking kidding me?
15 to... I rolled a natural 24.
17.
16.
15.
Oh. Yes.
I mean, the
You're
mon-
quick.
Dave the kid and the
Did I
spooky
get
monk.
this right? I wasn't listening.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll start with your surprise. As you are pulling the bow out and you have a grip on it, and all of a sudden there's this burst of snow, and you are hit wet in the face with not just the snow, which melts seemingly instantly, but also the water that is seemingly melting this great pile of snow. And from inside you see orange and blue, an almost impossible skin, a carapace of strange, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Marble-like skin that is deep purplish blue. You see an impossible alien face with these huge eyes, these thin antennae that ratchet up. It lifts up and you realize that it is skittering with many legs, almost like a centipede, as it has hundreds of legs that jut out from both sides of a long snake-like abdomen. It's got a thin layer of razors on the back of it that glow red hot, and you realize this thing is heated. It is not just insect-like in its appearance. It is massive, and it is creating a glow almost like sitting right next to a campfire, and it is directly in front of you. I would have printed out a token, so I'm going to use one of the models that we have here to represent it.
Please do.
Oh, use the snail.
Giant enemy crab! Oh my god! Okay, that's bigger than I was expecting.
Tyrannid! Ah!
Oh no.
It's not that big. What you are looking at is a young version of one of these creatures, which those of you who know Dungeons and Dragons and have been paying attention is a Remorhaz. Or a
We have
Remorhaz. We do?
Yeah, Remoraz, yeah.
Hold on, hold tight.
We actually have a young one?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's the
We
mom.
have a young Remorhaz.
It's watching and training it. Let's say it's out in the back.
Yeah, just leave it on.
Are you sure? Are you sure about that?
Let's take a quick coffee break and I'll look for
Yeah,
it.
take a quick coffee break.
What are the odds that we ever fight something that we have a fucking mini for?
That's
Holy
impossible. I refuse
We
to
have
believe
a
that
Remoraz?
that's
shit. I swear to God. I swear to God. Where's
That's a
the-
Tyrannid.
Yeah, this is an elder.
Said by Burn the Priest.
This is an elder. And you see, Porcos, this creature rise up with its many legs, chittering and chattering, and it starts to swing down.
Would I have time to like put my shield on my arm.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw my shield on as I see it, thinking that I wouldn't have time to get away from this massive thing. And hold it up.
It is going to get a 18 to hit.
That is regardless, yes.
Okay, you're going to take...
Oh.
You're going to take 13 points of piercing damage.
Oh, no!
And you're going to take 4 points of fire damage as you realize that inside the maw of this creature, whatever is inside of it, is raging, boiling, broiling hot. It is like putting your hand over a steaming tea kettle. As the steam from its mouth singes you, you forget how cold you've been all day as you are burned in addition to the bite that cuts into you. And you all watch as he tries to get his shield up in time, and it just brutally smashes into him and takes a chunk out of Porcos' arm.
Porcos, no!
Mikey, you're up.
Oh, it's my. Oh gosh. You stay away from my kid brother. As I'm going to run forward with my meat cleaver and say, "Come on, kid, use your mind powers." And I'm just gonna run up here and say, "I killed giant house centipede, scarier than you." And I'm gonna just swing my my cleaver at him.
Okay.
Natural one. I'm using 2 twists. I don't give a fuck.
Wow. Thank you, Chad.
Thank you, Chad. We need it.
I don't think either will hit, but 15.
15 hits.
Oh!
You slice down and in, and you are able to make contact with the carapace of this creature, and you're, it's like cutting through a chicken's neck. You cut in, and it's hard to get through that bone, but as soon as you hear the crunch, you cleave into it. How much damage do you do?
6 points of slashing damage.
6 points of slashing damage, and as soon as you do, you realize the same thing that Porcos realizes, as steam emerges from the wound, and you take 5 points of fire damage as the heated body of the young Remoraz burns into you.
That's it. It's my turn.
Rich.
I'll stand up and I'll say, I'll look back at Daisy. Yes, this was our fate, ha! And I'm going to stab in with my spear. And, with a 16 to hit.
16 hits?
And it does not do much damage. It does not. 3, 4, 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. It sails through the air. No, you're doing a spear attack. You stick in with the spear, and because you're within 5 feet, you also take 6 points of fire damage as steam emerges from the wound, blasting you, with terribly burning your body as you cut into the creature, but you do damage it.
Do I attempt to step away from this thing and grant it an opportunity attack?
You gotta risk it for the biscuit, Porcos. Your big brother will protect you, Porcos. Get out of here!
I must retreat.
Get out of here!
I am
You're
badly,
wounded!
I'm badly
Yeah,
wounded.
you're wounded! I got this, Porcos!
And I'm going to, like, back up away from it as far as I can.
And it latches out. You hear the snapping of its jaws as it gets a 15 to hit.
That misses!
You just hear it clap right behind your neck. You duck and start to.
And I'm like, keep an eye on it as I back off and clamber over Daisy.
Mace.
Hey, you leave my brothers alone, you ugly creature.
I like that you started at Dobro and you've ended up somewhere in like Rocky.
I love it. That works.
You got a glass 10, you fuck ugly piece of shit.
You run over with your club.
Yes, I realize now I picked the lowest damage weapon on the sheet. And then I rolled a 3, so...
Twist it.
Double twist.
Thank you, Chad.
Thank you, Chad.
Thank you, Chad. We're using them. Pig bros. Oh!
Quadruple
9.
twist? We can't do
No,
it.
we can't. It's
You
Icebound.
gotta call it.
14, right? 13.
13?
13 to hit?
Yeah.
It's not hit. Its AC is 14 for this round moving forward.
Champ! So close.
Oh, champ, nah.
In some ways, you were
Sausage
lucky.
now!
For had you clubbed into it, you might be experiencing its heated body.
He's got me.
features.
He's in my head. He knows what I'm doing.
You hit, is what I will say, but the club is not like a cleaver. It does not cut into. You realize you're going to have to like bruise your way through or break a bone with this thing in order to get there, and you rail back for another attack. But that's the end of your turn. Daisy is up. She sees what's happening, and she pulls forward with her mind, and you feel from your clutches the bow disappear from your hand. She pulls with her mind power.
Yeah.
She pulls the bow there, and from her pack, knocks an arrow, takes aim, and releases. She gets a natural 16. It sails forward and slams into its head, dealing.
Trust your instincts, Daisy. Use the mind beans.
Imagine her blindfolded with her hands behind her back.
Have I ever told you?
Doing a good amount of damage.
Have I ever told you about kimchi? She was a good friend.
She was a good friend.
She will.
Good friend. There
She'll
you go.
sort of back up
There you go.
diagonally to be next to
friend.
Poros here.
Like there.
Hello there.
Porcos. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Of course I know him.
She wants to be 30 feet away.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's exactly 30 away.
Okay. She stays there, and she begins to pull another arrow out of her back pack, and that is the conclusion of her turn. And
That's right. Take it out, kid. Take it out.
Gabagool, you see your brother is safe, but unfortunately, it's going to miss.
What?
Yeah. It bites down, and unbelievably, your reflexes, you're able to dodge down at the last
Forget
second.
about it.
And it does not forget about it. You realize it's going to be going in for another attack as soon as possible,
fuck.
but it is your turn.
You
Gabagool.
fucking ugly.
Is it my turn?
Yep.
We're doing 2 twists again. Sorry. We've run out unless we've gotten more.
I don't think so.
15.
No, we did. We've gotten 2.
15
3.
hits.
We got 3. That I didn't get.
15. Okay, I'm gonna do
Thank you.
Nice. Okay.
7 points of slashing damage. I'm
7
hacking
points.
into this thing.
You are hacking into this thing, and you see a leg. Well, one of the legs come off right at the shoulder joint, and it falls down to the ground like a leg from an Alaskan snow crab. And it is still flexing and twisting and gripping there in the snow, making a insane half angel. But none of you are noticing this in the intensity and adrenaline of the fight. Porcos, you're up.
Oh my god, already.
Yeah.
3-person party.
Yeah, really, that's
I'm
true.
going to kind of lean down into the snow. There's like a snow bank that I can like get behind as I'm like realizing just how wounded I am. I'm burned and I'm bloody and I'm on the verge of falling unconscious. Actually, I have fewer hit points than this. I have that many. And I'm going to reach into my bundle of things and pull out one of the war spears from the military house, javelin, so to speak. And I'm going to lean up over the snowbank and just chuck it at it.
It sails forward, and you do your best to avoid your brother while hitting this massive creature.
natural one.
Yeah, I'm trying to, weave the gap there.
That hits, yep.
16?
Yeah.
That hits.
Yeah, range is 30. I'm within 30. 1d6. In melee or 1d... Okay, got it. Damn, 5. 7 points of piercing damage.
7 points of piercing damage. It sticks into shoulder very close to the wound you just watched Gabagool make, and the strange insect-like screech that emerges from the mouth of this thing is alien to your ears, and you can see as it lets out that roar, the rippling illusion of the heated breath that emerges out of its mouth, shimmering the mountains behind it. Is that all you do?
That's it?
Sausage.
Everybody's doing equally great. You keep it up, guys.
Get him.
Oh!
Two
Double
twists, two
twisting
twists.
that. That was a natural one.
2 twists. 2 twists.
Oh, finally. 22.
22 hits. Yeah, that hits.
27 backers away. from
27?
50,000.
Holy shit.
50,000.
We started the night
cow.
with 72 backers away?
More than that, 79.
Oh, man.
4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Very nice. You smash into it, and finally you hear that satisfying crunch sound, and you know that you've done some damage. However, the crunch, it crackles like the top of a creme brulee, and then releases this noxious heated gas as you are sprayed with steam from the strange heated body of this creature, and you take 7 points of fire damage as it blasts into you. Very sausage-esque. Daisy notches another arrow and goes in with a natural 19. You see another arrow sail into the neck of this thing and does, again, significant damage.
Does anything about her arrows look like supernatural or like guided,
Like purple arrows.
like proton torpedo style, like use the force biz?
Oh, like pit?
Like being guided.
Firing guided arrows.
Yeah, like just slightly moves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
think
cool.
absolutely. When she loses it, like it may be
She
sailing.
can like whistle.
When,
cool.
when it's sailing forward, you see the creature start to duck
Yonder.
down, maybe for an attack or something like that, and you get this little sense that there's almost like a nudge, and then it continues to sail forward, just to continue that momentum.
Nice shot, kid! Don't get cocky!
You yell out as suddenly, with a natural 16, this is bad. Two giant mandibles clamp down on you.
On one of each, on each of us?
No, it only has one attack.
Oh.
It's going after
Oh,
you,
it's
Capital.
disadvantage if it doesn't hit me.
That's not true.
Damn it!
Oh!
You're not a barbarian.
Damn it!
Get out of here.
God, read me like a book.
You take 15 points of piercing damage and 3 points of fire damage as it bites down into you.
I am unconscious or dead, depending on how you rule it.
We'll do that saving throws.
Oh no!
Yeah, don't get cocky!
You watch as your brother Gabagool is chomped at the neck, a significant piece of him being released, and you can see that fire broiling the other side, like, again, a creme brulee, and he falls down to the ground, unable to communicate any further.
Gabagoon!
I never had the makings of a varsity athlete.
That will be the conclusion of its turn, and now it's your turn. And since this is Icebound rules, you'll be making a death saving throw, so close your eyes.
Oh no!
You ready?
Yep.
Don't accidentally do it like I did.
You may reveal your eyes. We're back. Don't, no spoilers,
No
chat.
spoilers in chat. I'm not gonna look anyway, but
Yeah.
Damn, is this the big bad wolf?
It's got huffing and puffing.
Yeah, it is huffing and puffing. And it's blowing us down.
I do not sign.
Porcos, you're up.
if I get, would it take an action for me to grab my brother's, like, scruff and drag him away?
I would say probably yes.
I would think so. Oh, I'm not close. Why did I back up? I guess either way it wouldn't have worked. I'm looking at my own wounds, being on the verge of unconsciousness. I see what happened to Gabagos, and I'll say, "No, hang in there, my brother!" And I'll chuck another javelin as I walk up and.
You pull your second and last javelin out, and you release it from your hand, hoping that perhaps you'll hit some vital spot. Perhaps this thing will go down. It is still writhing and clicking and clacking. It seems focused on your two brothers that it's adjacent to, but you can tell it is
Twisting.
voracious and brutal.
Come on.
Thank you, chat, for the twist. This is actually pretty fucking intense.
No.
Okay, it hits 14 plus 4.
It's very reminiscent of
Come on, 6.
the sock puppets fighting the rats.
Yep,
The giant
yep,
rats.
yep.
5 points of piercing damage.
5 points of piercing damage. Very nice. It sails in. This thing on the front of it is starting to look like a porcupine. It's got arrows sticking out of it. It's got javelin. This one went even slightly deeper than the last one. and
I'm gonna take.
it is starting to release this hot liquid, equivalent of blood, all across the surface of the cliff face that you find yourself fighting on. Snow is melting all around it as its heated body is literally pooling down. You are splashing around in the water, Sausage, and still, it is not going down. You could say that at this point, it is bloodied.
Save him!
You won't boil me? That's not how you cook sausage!
Sausage, no! Save our brother!
Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean? What, like get him and run or something?
Are you stopping like this?
Yeah. You turn around
What
and
do you
you're like
mean?
doing hand code to each other and like.
He is dying! What are you doing? My brother!
I'm gonna take him down. There's no other way.
love you, Fredo. I love you, Fredo.
I'm now standing right next to him. Can I get a sense of what he's looking like?
Yeah. I just said he's bloody. So
No, him.
Oh. Yeah, you're standing next to him. So because
close
of
my
that, he can't know, but.
All right.
I'm not actually trying to influence your turn. That's what.
Hey, he looks
Porco's gonna
totally
say.
fine to me. Can I? What do medicine checks do? Is that taking action?
That would be
or-
a full action.
That's a full action.
full action to
Yeah,
attempt to
yeah.
stabilize the creature.
I try and hit him with my regular size mace.
Twisting, 2 twists.
How are you rolling this bad
Thank
boy?
you, Jack.
Get all the bad rolls out
Jack.
now.
That hits.
16, I think. Don't let me cheat. 16.
Remoraz.
16. All right.
Remoraz or
Remoras.
Remoraz. Why did you choose club?
I didn't realize there was one weapon on this sheet that didn't roll a d6.
Sausage
Every
has
one.
room temperature IQ, and the entire time he's fighting, at his hip they're swinging a short sword.
That's really funny. That's really funny.
Now would be an incredible time to awaken amazing psychic powers. Now would be this damn fucking Christian Bale Batman. Now would be an incredible time. Let's do it.
Red of the Remoras.
Where is he? Where's my brother? The iceberg. Where is he? The iceberg.
How much damage did you do?
Three
points of damage.
I rolled one.
Okay, and make an intelligence check to see if you unlock amazing psychic powers.
We're twisting it. We're
Flat
twisting
10?
it.
Okay, I'll twist it. I'll double twist it.
Double
What
twist.
am I unlock amazing psychic? Damn it! Oh! I punched the table and that flipped to a 19, but originally it was a 4.
With a 19.
Yeah.
With a 19.
It was a 19. I hit the table with frustration.
With
The dice
a
was
frustration
broken.
19, you dig deep and you realize that within you, you have a great intelligence. You have a psychic power. You are psychically going to move your arm and swing this club to hit
Here
him
it is,
again.
everybody!
That'll be the conclusion.
Amazing psychic power!
Daisy lets loose another arrow, and she gets a 15 hits. And so she does significant damage again. She's rolling really, really hot. That's going to get us down to here. You see this arrow fly through the air, take a quick nudge, and then sail directly into the carapace body of this strange creature that you're now fighting. And that's the conclusion of her turn. It digs in and goes after you, the club-like sausage man, and it's gonna get fucking 20 to hit.
Shield!
20. You put, yeah.
Holds his shield up. I can't get it.
You never pierced my magical psychic barrier, bud. Falcone! Can we trust him?
What was our guy's name?
Fangiro! Can we trust him? So anyway, I cast shield. My reaction
You think you cast shield, and then suddenly the mandibles come biting down, and you feel terrible pain.
Magical barrier.
It crunches down into your shoulder, and you feel your collarbone break as you take 15 points of piercing damage and 5 points of fire damage.
What is that total to? 20?
20.
Brothers, he's got an anti-magic.
Down. Static sword magic.
Brothers, he's got an anti-magic.
That's the conclusion of his turn. It's your turn again.
Okay,
Death saving throw. Close your eyes.
Close your eyes.
Not you, Mace, but Rich has to. All right, you can come back, Rich, and that is the conclusion of Gabagool's turn. Porcos, you're up.
No, my other brother! I run up two squares, and I look down at both of my brothers. How are they looking?
He just went out, so he looks like he's like rolling on the ground in pain and basically fainting from blood is pouring out of him. You look down at Gabagool, and even though he was seriously wounded, you suspect he's on the path towards stabilization, not the path towards death. Mechanically, you see 2 successes and not failures.
I look back and forth. You are the future of the family, and I grab you. I use my action, and I drag him.
Always at the making of a varsity handshake.
With my remaining movement.
Playing favorites.
You're too young.
He's our kid brother. He's our kid brother. He's 42. Our kid, he was just a kid at 42.
You attempt to stabilize him?
I use my action to pull him away.
Yeah.
Oh.
So.
Well, it's got its reaction back, so it's going to take us.
At me?
If is his reach 5 feet?
Gotta have 10 feet reach.
You don't know.
Reaches 5 feet.
Oh.
And
So he takes it at me?
He didn't. So,
No, but mechanically I can't. Yeah, mechanically I can't use an
you
attack of
didn't
opportunity.
use
on
your
you.
own movement. I used my movement, so
Yeah.
he cannot take it.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, I can't snap at you. I could only snap at him, and my reach does not reach him.
Yes.
Wow. I didn't know I did look like that.
Icebound is crunchy as fuck.
I would never.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
With the big brain on Porcos, eh?
That's Porcos. Your turn.
Close your eyes.
No. He can keep his eyes open.
Oh, 'cause-
You have to keep your eyes closed.
Oh.
I'm within 5 feet. Come on. That's
Okay, Mike, you can come back.
Oh God.
Welcome, chat.
Daisy lets loose another arrow.
She's gonna miss finally.
She gets a natural 20.
Let's fucking go.
You can do it, kid. Daisy. The Force. It's not magic from a certain point of view.
You see another arrow sail in, and this one cuts through one of the holes that had been previously made. It hits the same arrow and sinks so far in you can't see that arrow. It's in the body of this alien creature. And then it goes into... Well, it looks down at the unconscious Gabagool, and it looks at the creatures that are hurting it actively, and it races forward. And it sees that you are unconscious, and it had just gotten a big bite of you. So it's going to wrap around adjacent to, yep, exactly right, and take a big bite, or attempt to, out of Porco.
Daisy.
And it's going to get a natural 20.
Oh no! It's gonna be fucking season 2 of Attack on Titan where Hannes gets and his fucking guts come out.
As long as he doesn't, like, one-shot you, you're good.
Baby boy, no, you are safe with Porcos.
Oh, you gotta save yourself.
It's like when Hans has this realization that he can't do anything. I'm just like, I don't say a word.
That's going to be... And then over here... I'm rolling low.
Still.
You're rolling a lot of dice, though.
I will see you soon, sheepos.
You think of the disintegrating sheep and how little pain they must have felt when the instantaneous blast destroyed them in Ogreton, just wiped from existence. And what a contrast that is to the amount of pain you experience now as it slinks down like a snake and takes a huge bite just underneath your rib cage, pulling your belly free as it does 21 points of piercing damage and 16 points of fire damage, pulling everything out from underneath you, ripping you totally asunder. You look down and you are going to have to hold in your guts, but you black out, and that's the last thing you remember before perhaps being alive again.
Does that
count as 2 different hits, though? Like 2 different sources of damage?
No, it's 1 damage, just 1 bite.
Yeah, I don't know how. We've never had to do this because we usually have games of.
If it's
heroic
1
fantasy.
attack, like plus heat, or plus, that's still 1 attack.
It's not the amount of damage you take. It's the amount of damage you take in a single like hit, right?
Yes.
That we're talking about, like instant kill.
That's 1 hit.
I think I still might have instant killed you.
How much is it?
Total it would be 37 points of damage. But it was split in 2.
22.
I think
If it's split in 2, then I would go unconscious and then take a death save. If it's split in 2.
It's just 1 attack.
I think it's split in 2. Let's rule it that way.
Okay. So the first would knock me unconscious, and then the fire would give me a death saving throw if it's like a radiating heat damage.
Okay. I will mark that down. And that is the conclusion of its turn. Gabagool, you're up.
Do we close our eyes for this?
Close your eyes. We're all unconscious.
Okay, thank you.
I did.
You may reveal your eyes. That's going to be Porcus's turn.
Okay.
Everyone else close their eyes.
It's actually intense, guys. What the fuck?
I'm gonna roll on camera here, so that chat can see it.
I'm not peeking.
You can peek now. Sausage, you're up. Close your eyes, Mikey and Rich.
Oh.
Okay. Daisy, seeing the 3 of you go down,
She cuts and runs.
I would.
she knows that her best chance is to continue to fire bolt after bolt after bolt, and she sees that it is not far from death itself. Perhaps it is still bleeding out of many, many different wounds, and she's seen the heat damage that she would take if she were to go in with the melee damage. Knowing this, she has to risk it. Mm-hmm. She reaches forward first, and she attempts to shove the creature with a telekinetic push.
That's pretty cool.
Force push.
Move it back as it is pushed 5 feet.
Oh my god.
And it, as it sails backwards, and she runs 30 feet in the opposite direction. Was that her action, or did I give it to her as a bonus action? She turns, and she pulls back, releasing another arrow. She's going to do...
We all gotta play Cyanide.
It's getting pretty close.
Cyanide is such a cool fucking class.
And it's going to go and chase her. Can it reach her?
What's its movement?
Its movement is 30 feet.
No.
It cannot if it doesn't.
It
have
is
5 feet.
chasing after her, and that
Is it gonna sprint?
is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh!
Because the 3 of you are out. The three party members are out. This is just NPC. Like, we'd just be simulating
But
it. Really.
we're still in the reality of the world. We got checks and minuses.
Yeah, we don't know if we're dead.
It's up to you.
Let's roll some dice. We're gonna see if you guys survive. Let's go to the casino.
Oh god.
But as soon as someone dies, we're gonna have to cut to black. Mikey, your turn.
Or do we?
It moved And now you have to. Oh, that's right. And now you can reveal your eyes. Porcos, you're up.
Oh.
Okay. Mace, you're up.
Oh my god.
We gotta play this out. We gotta play this out.
I'm really nervous.
To the bitter end! To the bitter end, Derek! Don't deprive us of this! Oh!
Okay.
Alright.
Before you reveal your eyes, Mace, just to clarify. Okay. Thank you. And now you can reveal your eyes, and we're back to Daisy. She is going to. Can she start to move this way and still be outside of 30 feet? She's going to try to circle
Would
around.
it have tried to use his action to the sprint to get up in her face, though?
I mean,
yeah.
probably would have
Yeah, it
sprinted.
almost certainly would have sprinted.
So
Well
now
done.
it's... Would it try to get behind her, too? I'm not trying to be like DM.
That's interesting.
No, I think it would have stayed. Oh, I see, because she's running this way.
Yeah. Right.
She's going to attempt to run this way, so it will move a couple squares this direction.
Like over here?
right there, right
Try
there.
to cut her
exactly.
off? Yeah.
Perfect. And,
Yeah,
and,
that's
and you
cool.
can
Kinda
just
cool
imagine
actually.
its multiple feet as it is waving forward with its disgusting many
I'm gonna have a
legs.
heart attack.
The few that remain, it's going to make another saving throw against her telekinetic shove.
Come on, Daisy. Come on, Daisy. Come on, Daisy.
And this time, perhaps expecting the strange push from this small creature, it resists and is able to remain there, knowing that perhaps she must attempt to save you. She is going to attempt to run and make a dash towards you, but it will
Towards
take
you?
it will take its attack of opportunity. She's going to just run straight back towards Porcos.
4, 5, 6. Yep.
It's going to hit. Oh! It bites into her back.
She's levels, though. She's levels, though. She's getting touch. We're not.
Yeah. She has class features.
She's taking. It rakes against the back of her back with the top two of its mandibles, and if any of you were there to witness, you would say that it did significant damage, immediately taking her from a good place to a bloodied place, as she had taken some bludgeoning damage from the snow earlier.
Oh,
and
from behind.
Oh no!
That will be the conclusion of her turn, and it is going to run.
Oh, so she's dashing. Did she want to go any further then? To use her, or she, because he was a bonus action.
No,
What you call it?
no.
Or she just like fucking.
She turns and she fires another arrow at it because it is quite low on health. Let's see what happens. This time she will miss.
Can we twist for her? No.
No, you can't. You cannot twist for
This
NPCs.
time I got a natural 3. This is just the nature of it. It's going to run forward and it's going to attempt to bite into Daisy again.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I can catch up. Yep. Oh god. What about us?
That was Daisy's turn.
That was Daisy's turn,
Now
that
it's
was
its
Watson's.
turn.
Oh, that was the attack of opportunity.
That was the attack of opportunity.
Miss.
Does it roll a natural 20?
No.
She's got to have shield. Oh, I bet
I think she does have
I think she
shield.
does have shield.
It would hit. It would just hit, except she uses shield. She turns and she does this, and it bites down and breaks the shield, which shatters outwards in a massive golden array of sparks. But you can feel that it takes a tremendous amount of her mental energy to do this. She almost stumbles and falls, but manages to stay on her feet. Mikey, how is... Oh, it's your turn. Close your eyes. And we're back. Rich, Porcos. How's Porcos doing? Close your eyes. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Sausage, your turn. Close your eyes, Rich.
I'm just keeping them closed until
Yep.
Daisy's turn. Daisy's turn.
Wait, did you roll 2 dice?
No.
Okay. And then you may now reveal your eyes, and it's Daisy's turn again. She's hurting. And she knows that if she tries to get away again without a successful telekinetic shove, that she could be in deep trouble. She's going to attempt it. She pushes out with all of her mental energy.
Come on, Daisy.
And it pushes back 5 feet. No! She turns and she backs up the 30 feet that she needs to get away from this creature.
That's huge.
And reaches down,
That's
grabbing
huge.
another one of her arrows. This could be the last one she ever fires, she thinks to herself as she lets loose. And
She
she
whistles.
manages to get a natural 13. She fires the arrow.
That'll hit. That'll hit.
And it hits into its eye. I'm gonna respect the fact that I rolled the HP, and that's the HP that it has. I would love to give it to her, but it only has 6 health points remaining.
We're good,
We're
we're
gonna have
good.
to go to one more round to see
She's
how
out of
this
range.
fucking goes.
She's out of range.
It crushes into the eye. You see this splatter, this heat release. It is struggling to move forward. This is no longer just about food. This is vengeance for this terrifying creature, this young Ramaraz, which is just freshly born from the patch of eggs you would have discovered just over the bend. But none of you are here to see this. All that is happening is the machinations of this cruel and brutal land known as Drakkar. As it's this creature, it will dash forward and get right up into Daisy's business.
Just right up to her like this, or
Yep.
further?
I would say right there. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to play the blind game again. We're just going to reveal Mikey and Rich's status. Okay. I'm going to pull back the veil. They're both stable.
So we need to roll D-Force to see how long it takes for us to wake up.
Oh. Really?
3 hours.
3 hours.
2 hours.
Okay. Now you may close your eyes.
Come on, sausage, my baby.
All right, and you can reveal your eyes. Thank you.
My kid brother. He was only 42 years old. He's a kid.
He's young blood.
Daisy is on the edge here. You can imagine the tunnel vision that she's experiencing, having to put herself through such mental rigor and the exercise of it being so much, the adrenaline pumping through her veins, having watched the violence that she's seen and not having her friends there to protect her. She attempts to push it back one more time, knowing that perhaps this is her only hope, and it attempts to resist. It fails. It pushes back.
Let's fucking go.
And she's going to run 5 squares. Give me 30 feet in that direction.
Right here?
Yep.
Get your dice out of the way.
Oh, sorry.
She
He's about to
turns,
get the rock the law.
and this time she aims for the other eye. Do I have any twists of dread?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, you do.
Ton. You have a
You
ton.
do.
I'm gonna re-roll this. She does 8 points of damage. Releases it, and it attempts to dodge out of the way, knowing the sting, the bite of those arrows, and it starts to fly forward, but she gives it one last little nudge, and it sinks into the other eye, and it releases a scream for but a moment before curling backwards like a scorpion's tail and sinking back down, squirming. Its legs go rigid and sink down into itself, and it dies. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Do we not learn of...
Eventually, she figures out that she's able to perhaps recover, to wake you up, though you are both mortally wounded. It will take a long time for you to heal. It is not going to be a happy journey for you forward, having the many injuries that you have. And she perhaps takes some time to nurse you, even though she has her mission behind her. And
What about sausage?
and you two also learn the very sad news that Sausage did not survive the encounter. The battle was enough to take him out. And after you are able to stand again,
My kid brother.
you have a,
sheepers.
you have a solemn burial.
Only the good die young.
He was just a kid.
He was just a kid.
A kid brother. Sausage, no.
And happy anniversary, everybody.
Happy anniversary. Very good. Nicely done. Nicely done. That's very
6 years.